guys, welcome to On My Shelf. Today I'm talking about what happens when you watch the Grimm TV series. Husband and I recently started Grimm, which is on Amazon Prime. The series debuted on NBC in 2011 and was recently renewed for a 6th and final season. I love fairy tales. That's initially what drew me to Grimm. Each episode begins with a quote of some sort from a fairy tale. At its heart, though, it's a cop drama, which I typically am not inclined to watch, but it had the name Grimm in it. I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't really expecting to like it, but I found after a few episodes that I did. When we first started watching Grimm, husband and I were also watching Stranger Things. My anxiety couldn't handle the both of them, so we had to table Grimm until we finished Stranger Things. Here's what makes Grimm so scary to me. When the main character, Nick Burkhart, who is a homicide investigator and also a Grimm, which is a supernatural hunter of fairy tale monsters, looks at certain people, they morph into monsters. Now, we've already established that I'm a scaredy cat. What we haven't established is that ever since I was a little girl, when things like The Exorcist and other weird psychological and spiritual thrillers came out, I've been afraid of looking at a person and seeing them morph into a monster. More than a decade ago, there was this movie called The Exorcism of Emily Rose. This was based on a true story. I did not see it because in one of the previews, movie directors chose to show part of what Emily experienced as a demon-possessed girl. That's right, faces morphed into monsters. That preview alone freaked me out. I am terribly afraid of looking at someone and watching in horror as their face morphs into a monster. Once I got over that, which is to say, I hide my face every time it happens, I really got into Grimm. It's an interesting premise and has a great underlying story. Nick is trying to figure out just what he's supposed to do as a Grimm. And there's a lot of foreshadowing, at least in this first season, about something that is coming. I imagine it being something sweet and beautiful. I know it probably won't be, but I'll just hide my face when that monster comes. I hope you've enjoyed this look at a TV show that's sort of scary, but probably not because you're way braver and likely not as crazy as me. If you have any movies or television shows or documentaries that you think everybody in the whole world should watch, leave them in the comments and I will add them to my list. Visit racheltolson.com for some of my best recommendations for both films and books. For more On My Shelf, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.